Hi there, welcome. I'm Dr. Anuj. Today I'm going to introduce you about the SQL programming, basics and introduction. In one session, it's not possible to execute the projects, but today we will see the what are basics of SQL programming, what are data types, how to create small data sets, because if you are making the larger data sets or small, the process will remain same. We will see the use of primary key, foreign key, and how these are used to make the relational databases. To begin with, the SQL programming is mainly designed for the relational databases. SQL is not the general purpose programming, but it is the domain specific. Here it is designed for making different databases and how to create the databases, how to create the tables, how to insert the information in those tables, how to manipulate with the different columns, rows, how to call the functions. This we will see today. Okay, and the topic is about SQL introduction. To begin with, let me continue with the presentation. Then I will demonstrate the SQL codes in the SQL server. So we can execute the SQL server in system. It is completely free. So this session is for the SQL and its full form is structured query language. So here we will see the concept, principles, how to make the relational database using a query language. And mainly we will see the create and maintain a database storage system, manipulate data stored within a table structure, and how to make the formatted reports using SQL. Let's begin. Its full form is a structured query language. It is domain-specific language, not a general programming. The Python, C are the general programming languages, but SQL is specifically designed for the relational databases. It's a language. It has its language specifications, like we have a proper syntax and rules as we have in other languages. For history, it was first developed in 1970 by two scientists at IBM following a theory of relational algebra. And first commercial implementation was by Oracle V2 and then first adopted by ANCI in 1986 and ISO in 1987 as the standard. There are different versions and different servers provide the SQL. The basic terminology related to SQL is the database because we are making the relational databases. First, we will create a simple table. Okay, I will demonstrate that you on SQL Server, how to create the table, how to declare the columns, and then how to insert the information in a table. So the related terms are table, column, row, relation, primary key, and foreign key. So these are the terms that we will use in the not only in the programming, but these are the main backbone of SQL because we are making the relational databases. Databases are always created in the form of tables in rows and columns, and we have a specific relation with the primary and foreign key. Foreign key is used to jump from one database to another database. So it's just a schema for any database. So here we can see we have different IDs. Okay, for IDs, we have order ID, product ID, unit price, and quantity. And then specifically, we have other databases from which are used to the whole structure is example of relational database. Okay, so we will see that on programming as well. A simple data set where we have 5 IDs from 1 to 5. With specific ID, we have one specific row where we have first name, last name, city, country, phone. So these all are the declared with the help of different data types. For example, in ID, it is integer type. The first name, last name are the characters. But as we know, the names can be of variable characters. Like my name is in 4 characters, so might be yours name maybe in 5 characters, 6 characters, or maybe three. So we can have the variable character. In variable character, we have to declare the maximum limit. So then we have freedom to declare different characters with the help of variable varchar, the name of the data type. By that, we can make different, what is called different values we can declare with variable characters. These are other terminologies related to the SQL: clause, statement, query, function, stored procedure, predicate, expression, keyword, and identifier. So which are used to understand more concepts of the programming. So in SQL, we have different languages, not the languages, but depends on function, what functions we are implementing. So based on that, we have different categories. DQL is the data query language, which is used to query of a data. Data manipulation language, which is used to create, modify, destroy the data. Data definition language used to define the database. And data control language, which is used for security and access control. Now, for example, these are the commonly used statements. So create table. So create table will be the first statement, or create database. So where we are creating in create database, we are creating a new database, and in create table, we are creating a new table. Okay, so that I will show you. So these are normally the first two statements in any relational data set when you are making the data set using SQL. So create database and create table will be the first two statements. And these are related to DDL, that is data definition language. Because here we are defining that which database we are creating and which table we are creating. In these statements, we have to mention the specific names as well. Okay, after creating the table, we have to insert the information. So the third will be the insert. So insert, with that we have to use the same name that we are using in create table. Then we have to mention the name of columns with their data types. So insert belongs to DML, that is data manipulation language, because here we are inserting the data, so it comes under the data manipulation. Okay, then select will be used for extracting the data, extracts data from a database, that is DQL, making a query. Okay, because when we have created something, we are asking then something within the data set, so it is called the query. So select is used for DQL. It comes under DQL category, that is data query language, because here we are making a query. Then we have drop table and delete, update. These are the update and delete are the data manipulation, and DDL is, sorry, drop table is under the DDL, that is data definition language. So these are 4 categories. Okay, 4 categories which are declared in the SQL program. So it depends what functions we are performing. As in the beginning, we are creating the database and the table. So it comes under the DDL, that is the data definition, and then we are inserting the information that comes under data manipulation. So based on that, we have different categories. Furthermore, these are the keywords. If you are preparing some interviews or some skill set for SQL, so you can prepare these keywords. So it includes normally all the basics which you might be used for the SQL programming. Commonly used functions, which are also used in statistics, performing count, mean value, max value, average, sum, replace. Now let's see something about what data types are there in the SQL, which are used to create the RDBMS relational databases. So we have numeric data type. In numeric, further we have different data types. We have date and time. We have character, variable character, Unicode characters, binary strings like true and false. So these are different data types which are declared in SQL to create different tables. Because when we are going to create different tables, we have to define different column attributes. So these attributes can be of any type. It might be a name or a number or digit. So based on that, we can have different data types. For binary, their range, variable binary max. So these all are different data types that we can use in SQL. The character data type with the variable and normal character data type. So always when we are going to create a data set, we have to mention that in the uh, create table. In the create table statement, we have to declare which data type we are going to use. Date and time is also there in SQL. So we have to declare the date and time with proper format. And we have to declare that we are using a proper date and time. Okay. So for 5 minutes, I will make you to the another platform, that is SQL Server, where we will see how the programs are executed on SQL. So on your screen, it is the SQL Server. Okay, so after explaining the code, I will execute, I will open the software again to show you how it looks in the beginning. Okay, so here on your screen, you can see one data set is created. So let me, yeah, so here we have different tables because it is a relational data set. So first keyword is a create table. And here we are making a table with the name students. Then in that table, we are using the first column as a student ID, second column as a first name, then last name, email, date of birth, admission fee. So these are six columns which will be created in a students table. Okay, so in first part, we are making a table with the name students, and here we are declaring the six different columns which will be created in the table. And the student ID is integer data type, and it is declared as primary key. First name is declared as varchar, that is variable character, and the maximum limit of characters will be 50. So while declaring the first name, we can use the 50 characters. Similarly, for last name, for email, we are using the 100 characters. Date of birth is declared as a date type, and we have admission fee with decimal type. Then second table is there for courses. So there we are declaring the columns with name, course ID, course name, duration, fee. So total four columns have been created here. Third table is with the name of enrollments. And here we are, you will see a difference that enrollment ID is the primary key. Then we have student ID, course ID, enrollment date, and grade. So then we have two foreign keys. Okay, so these two foreign keys are taken from another data sets or another tables. So here you can see references mentioned with students. Students is the name of table that we have created in first two tables. So first table was students and second is create courses. So that we are using as a foreign key because we are making a relational data set. Now we are inserting the information, the statements that I had shown you, insert into, okay. We are inserting in students table, the values. So here you can see in the students, in first row, we have one is the, these are the same columns. Okay, so values will be assigned in the same columns. So in students, we had the student ID, first name, last name, email, date of birth, and admission fee. So here the one is the student ID, first name is Anuj, last name is Sharma, then email address, date of birth, and admission fee. So in the same way, the data should be inserted in the same sequence. Okay, same sequence, the sequence that we have inserted in the create table. Then in second table, we are inserting information in courses. Okay, what we are inserting? We are inserting 101 SQL basics 3 1500.00. So what are these? In courses, we have course ID, course name, duration, and fee. So 101 is the course ID, course name, duration, and fee. Then we are inserting information in endowments, the third column. Okay, so up to the insert into, we are creating the data sets. Now, in the last part, select statement is used for the making the queries to call the particular rows and columns. So these are called from the created tables. Okay, so this program is on SQL Server. So if you have to open any program, we have to, it is the file tab. So different tabs are there. Here we have a file tab where we can create the new project, new file, or we can open a project file from a location. Okay, we can save the database. We have different tabs, file, edit, view, query, git, project, tools. Okay, so you can have a look for these. So you can have installation of SQL Server and then you can execute the functions. So it is a small short description about SQL and how it works. Okay, so that kind of information I want to share with you. If you want to practice with these all programming concepts, you can download the SQL Server and you can start working on SQL programming. Just give me a few seconds. I will show you something else. So I will show you output of one small data set, how it looks like on SQL. Just wait a second. Okay. So now on your screen, you can see I had I deleted the other data sets. So here we have students, only the students data set. We are creating the table with the name students, and we declared the 6 columns with different types. Student ID is integer. First name, last name are variable characters, email as well. Okay, date of birth is date type, and admission fee is decimal. So then we are inserting the information. So here I have used the select star. Whenever we are going to use the star, so it will present all the values. So after execution, we have the output with us. So here you can see it is a small data set that we created in students. Okay, so you can see different columns have been created. In the first row, you can see student ID, first name, last name, email, date of birth, and admission fee. And we have created 3 values. So it is small data set, but it is a demonstration of how to make the tables, how to make data sets in SQL. Okay, so that I want to mention to you. So we have seen what is SQL, very brief, the platform, and yeah, so I want to show you the SQL. So SQL Server also I have demonstrated small data set, how to make the small table, how to call the functions, how to insert the information in SQL.